When you think about the SEC this season, you're thinking about the big dogs, the Heisman guys, the five-star recruits, the players the media can't stop talking about. You know their names, but the players who will really decide who wins the conference championship, the guys who will swing a rivalry game in the fourth quarter, are the ones you probably haven't heard of yet. So forget the household names for a minute. Today, we're digging into the most overlooked and disrespected players at the skill positions who are about to make some serious noise. These aren't the guys already getting All-American hype. We're talking about the grinders, the transfers who got lost in the shuffle, and the late bloomers ready to take over. By the end of this, you'll have a watch list of guys the experts will be scrambling to catch up on come November. Welcome back to No Smoke Sports, where we break down everything sports, from game previews to betting trends, and for a more deep in-depth analysis. Now let's get into the video. The quarterbacks. With all the quarterback turnover in the conference, there's a huge opportunity for someone to come out of nowhere. These are the guys I'm betting on. First up, a guy landing in a new spot who is being massively overlooked. Auburn's new quarterback, Jackson Arnold. Yes, the former five-star from Oklahoma. I know people are skeptical after a bumpy first year as a starter, but let's be real. The situation at Auburn is a night and day upgrade. Coach Hugh Freeze is known for getting the most out of his quarterbacks, especially mobile ones, and Arnold is a fantastic runner. We saw it in flashes against top-tier defenses, like when he ran for 131 yards against Alabama. Now give that running ability to a coach who knows how to use it and pair it with a much better receiving core, and you have a recipe for a huge comeback season. People see him as a question mark, but don't be shocked when Arnold becomes the answer for Auburn. Let's stick with the QBs and head to Athens. The Georgia football program is a talent factory, which means some guys just have to wait their turn. That brings us to Gunnar Stockton. He's been waiting in the wings, but the people who know are excited about what he brings to the table. Stockton has the dual threat ability that's pretty much a requirement in the SEC now, and he knows this offense inside and out. While there are some skeptics, he's got all the tools to be more than just a game manager. He can be a true playmaker for the Bulldogs. This is the year Gunnar Stockton could go from a name on the roster to a star in this league. And for our last QB, let's talk about a guy with a ton of experience who gets almost no national love. Blake Shapen at Mississippi State. It feels like people wrote Shapen off after his injury last year, but they're forgetting just how good he was before he went down. In just 4 games, he had an incredible 8-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio and was completing almost 70% of his passes. He's a veteran with a big arm and a quick release who can lead an offense. If he stays on the field, he's going to surprise a lot of people and could be one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the entire conference. The running backs. All right, let's talk about the guys toting the rock. We're going back to a program that churns out legends at the position. His name is Bo Walker, and if you don't know him, you will soon. The true freshman at Georgia wasn't the biggest name in his recruiting class, but he's been turning heads from day one. He was a standout in spring practice and had a great G-Day game. Now, the Georgia backfield is crowded with guys like Nate Frazier and Josh McCray, so he'll have to fight for his spot. But teammates have already compared his sharp cuts to former Bulldog Dijun Edwards, and some of his high school coaches have even mentioned names like Emmitt Smith when describing his powerful running style. ESPN has already called him Georgia's top sleeper for the 2025 season. Don't be surprised when this freshman carves out a real role in that powerhouse running attack. The wide receivers. The transfer portal has completely changed the game, and these next 2 guys are proof that you can be a certified stud and still fly under the radar in the SEC. First, let's head to College Station and talk about Texas A&M's new weapon, KC Concepcion. This kid was an absolute monster at NC State, winning ACC Offensive Rookie of the Year as a true freshman with 71 catches and 10 touchdowns. He's a do-it-all player who can beat you as a receiver or out of the backfield. Despite that insane production, nobody is putting him in the same conversation as the SEC's other top receivers. That is a massive mistake. He is expected to be the #1 target for the Aggies and is exactly the kind of playmaker they've been missing. He's a proven talent about to be unleashed on the SEC. Next, we have a player at Florida who has every tool you could want in a receiver, J. Michael Sturdivant. He's a transfer who has already put up big numbers at Cal and UCLA, but for whatever reason, he's not getting much preseason love. The Florida offense is hungry for explosive plays, and Sturdivant, with his size and legit track speed, is built to deliver them. He's a true deep threat who has been held back by inconsistent quarterback play in the past. If he and his quarterback get on the same page, Sturdivant could easily become one of the most dangerous receivers in the SEC East and put his name on the map. The defensive backs. Flipping over to the defense, it's not often you find an underrated player at Alabama, but that's exactly what we have here. I'm talking about safety Bray Hubbard. This guy was a quarterback in high school, recruited as an athlete, not a polished safety. He was thrown into the fire for the last 6 games of 2024 because of an injury, and immediately looked like he belonged, grabbing 3 interceptions. Even with that strong finish, he's not getting the national respect he deserves. That's about to change. Entering his 3rd year, Hubbard is ready to be an all-SEC type of player. You can see his quarterback background in the way he reads offenses, and he just has a knack for finding the football. Paired up with a healthy Keon Sabb, Alabama could have one of the scariest safety duos in the country, and Hubbard will be a huge part of that. He's about to go from a solid player to a certified star. So that's my list. These are the guys I'm telling you are going to be household names by the end of the year. But I want to hear from you. Who did I miss? Drop a name in the comments below. Who's the one guy flying under the radar that you think is about to have a massive season? Let's get the debate going. From transfer QBs getting a second chance to homegrown freshmen ready to make their mark, the depth of this conference is what makes it the best in football. The players we talked about today are living proof that the next star is always right there waiting for their shot. So when you're watching this fall, keep an eye out for these names. You can tell your friends you knew about them way before they got famous. Thanks for watching. If you like this breakdown, do me a favor and hit that like button, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss our next one. We'll see you then.